Okay, so for our animation we are going to use Manny rig. So here is the Manny rig. So if you cannot find it, you just have to go to content, Unreal, then Unreal Engine 5, then meshes, then here you have. So here we have SKM Manny, that means skeletal mesh Manny. So SKM is short form for skeletal and mesh. So here we have Manny and we have Manny simple. So let's see both of those rigs. So here in SKM Manny we have the bones with corrective joints. So what are corrective joints? So we'll see that as well. So if you rotate any joint, you can see the corrective joints are expanding. So this is what, if you see in real life, it happens with the humans. So if you rotate this more, your muscles will either stretch or squash. So we can see how the bones move accordingly. So we can see this bone is stretching. So this is why corrective joints are used. And if you go to the wrist over here, and if you rotate the wrist, so you can see this will move perfectly, and with this will also move. So this is what happens naturally. So this is advanced rigging, advanced bone system. So if we go to the Manny simple and we do not have those extra bones over here, so here if you rotate these bones, so you can see there are some weird stretching, because these bones are not leading to rotate these bones as well. So there are no corrective joints, so that's why this will happen. So if you face this issue in Maya, so don't panic, because we are just going to export the bone animation back into Unreal Engine, and we will be importing the Unreal Maya animation to Unreal Engine bones, which will have corrective joints. So you do not have to worry about that. So for this we are going to export this mesh. So you can also try with this, but it's better and it's much simpler to export the Manny simple version. So we'll just export this here, and then we'll import it to Maya, and then we'll start the rig and the next process. So to export these mesh, you can just right click on the selected mesh and go to asset actions. You can click on this, and you can click on export. Then you can select your file location, save location, and then here you will get some options. Just check this export preview mesh and then hit export. Okay, so in Maya we'll just click on file, then we'll click on project window, and then here we can create a project like UE by rig, and then you can set up your project location anywhere that you want. I'll just keep it as default. Then now I can just hit Ctrl S, and here we'll have our UE 5 rig. So now we can drag and drop our Manny simple skeletal mesh. So here we have this. So let's click on the bone, X-ray view, and this is what we have here. So let's see the groups. So here we have this root and all the bones, and here we have the LODs which are working. So this is what we get when we drag and drop the Manny simple. So then again you can hit Ctrl S, and let's proceed with rigging. So now we can install Advanced Skeleton. So you can just go to Advanced Skeleton website. You'll get a zip folder, unzip it. You'll have install Python script, Python script. Just drag and drop it, and make sure you're on the custom shelf, on the shelf that you want. Just drag and drop, and then you will have these 4 new buttons. So click on this button, which is Advanced Skeleton, and here you can click on Tools, Name Matcher. Then we have these options over here. In templates, we'll select Unreal 5. So we have a lot over here. So all the famous bone groups. So we have metahuman as well. So I'll click on this Unreal 5, then we can click on check and just hit OK and click on create plus place fit skeleton. OK, then you can click on build advanced skeleton. Then now we have here a new group, and then we have this rig. So we can just click on the X-ray button over here. Then I'll just go to the front view, and here we have some of the knobs curve intersecting inside our mesh. So this is what we have. So we can just press F8 on our keyboard, then we can just select this and hit W, then you can move these controls. Click on the control. Okay, you can just toggle this off. Click on the controls, F8, then you can move them, and if you want you can also scale them. Okay, so this is what we have. So these are fine. So all these controls you can edit. Just make sure that you are pressing F8 on your keyboard, and we can come out of this X-ray mode, and let's see what we have inside this group. So here we have the Unreal Engine's skeleton group duplicated, and this is the skeleton group that we have, rig group that we have got from the advanced skeleton. So here we have one more rig. So if I click on this and click on the deformation system, here we have rotem. So these are the namings that advanced skeleton uses. So if you see, if I click on this, sorry, my bad. If I click on this, we cannot rotate this because this has been constrained. So if I rotate this, you can see we have a different bone group. So now going back to the names matcher, and here we can click on constraint to joints. So once we do that, so now the curves are constrained to the new set of bones. This is constrained to the Manny Unreal Engine bones. So if you rotate this, everything will rotate. So here if you click, we do not have any constraints, but if you click over here, we have constraints. If you click over here, we do not have any constraints. So you can use this for animation. So I'll just save this. This is our rig, and now we can create a new file. Click on file, save as, and we'll make this as UE5 walk. And just hit enter. Now we have a separate file. So let's see how we can import custom animations, for example from Unreal Engine mocap animations, the game sample animations, to Maya, and then we'll proceed with the other steps. So next step, back in Unreal Engine 5, I'll click on the content draw. We'll go to content, and here we can type in, now we can just go to characters, UEFN mannequin animations, and then we have here separate folder for like jump, run, sprint, walk. So just click on the walk, and here there we have two mini animations. So we'll just type in over here loop, so that we have animations which are in loop. So I will, for this video, we'll use this one. So this is what we have, the animation over here, and if you go here and type root and select this, it will walk. So this is what the animation will be exported to Maya. So it doesn't matter if you keep this on or off. Okay, so how to export animation? Just click on this, right click, asset action, export, and you can select your folder, and here scroll down and untick this export preview mesh. and export. So now in here we can click on this picker, blue one. You can click on this. We can click on anim. We can click on mocap library, and here we have motion capture custom. So this is how it will look. You can just expand this, and then you can select the folder in which you have your animation FBX. So click on this, select the FBX, and hit apply. And now you have the mocap animation constraint on your rig. Sorry. So now let's see what happens over here. So we'll fix this in a while. So this is the new folder that has been created. If you unhide this, you can see this is the skeleton with animation, and again we have constraints and these things. So let's hide this once again. Now we'll click on the IKFK switcher for the leg. We'll make this to FK, and we'll do the same for the other leg as well. Now we have this. Just in your time slider you can just drag it here and there, and then you'll have this. So now our character is walking forward. We do not want this. We want our character to walk at the same place. So what we can do is we'll click on this folder. We have this motion capture library root. Click on this. We can make the frames to 30 fps. You go to Windows, animation editors, draft editor. Then here we have translate Z. We can just delete, and now we have our animation in place. So now if you see, the animations is not baked on the controls, but here we have constraints. So now for that, what we'll do is we'll go to edit, we'll click on this bake animation, and this will bake our animation. So now if you see, we have keyframes. Instead of constraints, we have keyframes. Now this is our animation. So we do not want this long animation. We'll just find the first loop in the walk cycle. So for example 30 is the first loop. So in this we'll select the first half like this till 15. I think 0 and 15 are the mirror, so we'll just need this, and this is what we will replicate using studio library. So we just want from animation frame 0 to 15. Okay, so currently we have our foots and FK. So usually when we animate walk cycles, we keep our leg in IK. So here's the IK FK switch. So we can just click on that, and we'll make this 0 value to 10, and we can repeat the same step for the other leg. So now we have our foot in IK, and now we have some bugs. So we'll just play this once and check. Okay, so we'll change the value to -1, and we'll just move the time slider, and the bug is fixed. So now we can bring the value back to 0, and everything is fine. We'll just check if the IK legs are baked. So here we have the sets. So like we'll just expand this, right click on control sets, select set members, then we can select all the set members. So now we can go to studio library. Okay, we'll just play this once. Okay, so we'll go to studio library, then we'll click on this plus icon, we'll create a new folder, and we'll name this as UV anim. So now here we have to create poses. So for that we can click on this plus icon, we can click on the pose, and we'll name this as pose 00. So then we can hit on save. It will ask, would you like to capture a thumbnail, and we can click on yes. So now we have our first pose. So now we can take poses snapshots. So I'll be back, so I might take 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4, so like this will take pose snapshots, and I'll be back after taking all the snapshots. So here I've set my poses, so like pose 0 3 6 9 12 and 15. So we'll set the time slider, and here we have this. I've created a new file, so you can see. So back into just a sec. So you click on the frame 0, pose 0, key. 1 second. Okay, right click on the control sets. Okay, we'll pose 0, key. Pose 3 will come to pose 3 to look like key. 6 6, key. 9 9, 12 12, 15 15. So now this is what we will have. So to fix this, we'll click on Windows, Animation Editors, Graph Editor, and here we have this. So just select everything, click on Curves, Euler Filter, then this will solve this. Then now you have a clean animation. So now with this, you can click on the control sets. You can go to animation layer, click on this, lock this layer, and you can add selected objects. It will take some time. So now on top of this, you can just hit key and you can edit your animation. So now you can easily edit your custom like animations, the mocap animation poses you can edit. So now we just have to mirror the poses to the another half of the walk cycle, so that you guys can do. Now we'll see how to take this animation back to Unreal Engine, and then we'll see how to retarget that to MetaHuman. Okay, so I'll just hide this. So here we can expand this Manny group. Click on root, click on file, click on game exporter, and then this will open. Here we can click on animation clips. We'll click on this plus. We can name this as walk, and the range is 0 to 15. Then we can select the path. And then we can click on export. Okay, so now let's go back to Unreal. We'll create a new folder over here. Just right click here, new folder, and we'll rename this as so this walk. So now we can just drag and drop our exported animation. So just a sec. So we can just drag and drop this over here. So now we can click on animation, import only animations, and then click on skeletal mesh, and we can click on the skeleton over here, and we can find this SK Manny and just hit import, and we have this animation. So now we can right click on this. Just a second, we'll just rename this walk. Right click, retarget animations, click on this, and first I'll click this character, just open the blueprint, click on this, so you can see the skeletal mesh asset. So this is the name that we have, short. So just back to the retargeting mesh. So target, select skeletal mesh. So we have to see short UNW body. So click on this, you'll have this, and click on the animation that you want to retarget. Type walk, export animations, and you can export the animation in the folder that you create. Click on this and click on export. Then now we have the retarget animation. Okay, so now if we go to, oh my bad, so now we can create a level sequencer. You can just make this as walk, and this is what it will. I can just drag and drop this. Oh my bad. So this is what we have over here. So I'll just mute the meta human, click on the plus icon next to the body, go to animations, and you can type here walk. This is what we have. So now if you scroll this is the walk cycle that we have. So you can see the hand is a little weird, so you can adjust these things in Maya. You just have to adjust it over here. So I'll just hide the bones, go into all joints. You can see this is what we have, so you can just adjust these over here. Just a sec. Okay, so this is the final animation that we have. Okay, now let's see how IK bones work in Unreal Engine. So for that, I'll just open up this animation. So here you can see we have two bones. So this is the IK foot root, and if I press W, so this is attached to the main root, with these joints like IK foot right and left are not attached with the foot right and left. Okay, so for example, if I click on the foot and I move this, so this will not, the IK foot won't move with the foot. So if you see, if I move this, these will move, but these are not parented, these are just animated just to follow the foot bones. So we'll see how we can do this in Maya. So I'll just export this and import into Maya. Okay, so here we have the same animation, but here you can see that the IK bones are not moving along with the foot bones. So we'll see how we can animate them or just constrain this IK bones to the foot. So if we click on this, we can see the naming over here, IK foot root, and if we click on this bone, we can see IK foot right and IK foot left. So we'll parent the right to the right foot, left to the left foot. Okay, so we can go to the rigging tab and we can click on this locator, or you can just click on create and then locator. So I'll just use this and we'll rename this to IK right foot. So you can rename according to your preference. So just for this video, I'll rename this as IKR foot. I'll press and hold V on my keyboard. I'll just hide the mesh and the curves. So just press and hold V, and we'll just place this in between, in the center of the foot bone. So it's there. So now we'll click on the foot, then we'll click on the locator, we'll click on constrain, then parent. So now if you move your time slider, you can see the locator is moving with the foot. So now we'll click on the right IK foot bone, we'll press and hold V, and we'll snap it to the foot bone. So now we'll first select the locator, then the bone, then click on constraint and parent. So now you can see the IK bone will follow the foot. So same process you can repeat for the other leg, and make sure that you bake the animations to these bones. So we have this root over here. I'll just click on this and we'll bake, or we can just use the scripts. Bake animation. So now when we export this using animation game exporter, so it will automatically bake, so we do not have to worry about that. So now if you want to edit something still you can edit. So we have baked onto the leg, so if you want to edit your animations you can do that as well. So now let's click on this, and just for the test purpose I'll export this back to Unreal Engine. Click on import animations only. For the skeletal mesh we can use UEFN mannequin. So now we have this animation over here. Okay, if you see this, if I pause this animation, you can see there are some gaps in between. So to fix this you can just right click and retarget animations, and you can use the same skeletal mesh. And here I'll just use the animation that we exported from my export animations, and export. So now we have this. So the issue has been fixed, plus you can see the IK bones are now following the foot bones. So this is what Unreal's auto retargeting tool will do. So that's it for this video. Thank you.